Chapter 3, Big Enough. Kirsten! Kirsten! Mama was calling from their cabin. It was late morning, and Kirsten and Elizabeth were straining cheese curds in the shed next to the big house. Kirsten put down the strainer and went to see what Mama wanted. In the dim cabin, Mama sat on the edge of the bed. Her hands were pressed against her big belly. There was sweat on her forehead, and she looked worried. "Where's your Aunt Inger?" she asked. She took a pot of soup to the Petersons because they've been so sick. "She'll be back by noontime," Kirsten said. "And where's Papa?" "He and Uncle Olaf are helping Mr. Peterson finish his planting." Kirsten looked at her mother curiously. Why was Mama asking all these questions? She knew as well as Kirsten what work had to be done today. She was the one who had told Kirsten and Elizabeth to strain cheese curds. "They'll be back soon, won't they?" Mama asked. "Yes, Mama. They'll be back in time for lunch. Is something wrong?" Mama patted the bed beside her. "Sit with me for a little while and keep me company. I think the baby is going to be born sooner than I expected. Maybe even today." Kirsten's heart sped up and her mouth went dry. "Shouldn't I go fetch Aunt Inger to help you? She'll be back soon. Just let me lie down and rest," Mama said. Kirsten got the extra blanket and put it over Mama. Then she sat down beside her on the bed. Mama laced her fingers through Kirsten's. "Do you know what I thought about when I woke this morning?" Mama asked. Her eyes were a soft blue, like the morning sky. What did you think about, Mama?" Mama squeezed Kirsten's hand. "I remember the day you were born, Kirsten. I remembered how my mother came to help me. Mrs. Hanson came too. She helped all of us when we had babies. It was this time of year, late spring. New leaves were on the big maple tree outside the door. Then you were born, and Mrs. Hanson cleaned you and wrapped you in a blanket and put you in my arms. You were a red-faced little thing with white fuzz for hair. But I thought you were beautiful. I was so very, very happy because I wanted a daughter so much." Kirsten put her head on her mother's shoulder. "Well, here I am," she said. "Yes, here you are." Mama smoothed the hair back from Kirsten's forehead. "And I was also thinking," Mama went on, stroking Kirsten's head, "that your birthday will be 2 weeks from this very day, June 8th. I'll never forget the day you were born." So Mama did remember her birthday. How foolish Kirsten had been to think she would forget. Suddenly, Mama squeezed Kirsten's hand extra hard. Kirsten sat up straight. Are you all right, Mama? This baby wants to be born whether we're ready or not. We better not wait for Inger to come home. You better go fetch her and Papa too." "Can't I help you here?" Kirsten asked. Her heart was racing. "Get Elizabeth to stay with me," Mama said. "You go for Aunt Inger and Papa. Will you do that for me?" Mama wiped the sweat from her face with the corner of the blanket. "I'll take Blackie. I'll ride as fast as an Indian, Mama. I'll be right back with Aunt Inger and Papa, I promise." As Kirsten ran across the yard, she called, "Elizabeth, Mama's baby is coming and she needs you. Go quickly." Then Kirsten dashed to the barn, grabbed Blackie's bridle, and chased him in from the pasture. "We have to hurry, Blackie," she said as she pressed the bit between the horse's teeth. She climbed up the fence and onto his back. Blackie liked to run. When Kirsten turned him into the lane and kicked him, he took off like a prairie fire. Kirsten leaned forward and Blackie's mane whipped her face. She held on to his mane and the reins and guided him with her knees. It wasn't far to the Petersons' cabin, maybe only 2 or 3 miles. "Come on," Kirsten urged the horse. Blackbirds swooped up from the fields as they passed. Blackie's hooves on the dirt lane pounded like a second heartbeat. "Let Mama be all right," Kirsten prayed. "Please let her be all right." Kirsten began calling, "Aunt Inger! Aunt Inger!" As she rode up to the Petersons' cabin. Aunt Inger was at the doorway in a moment. "Is it your Mama's time?" she asked. "She says to come quickly." "Oh, Aunt Inger, please go as fast as you can." But Aunt Inger was already on her way, running more than walking, taking the shortcut across the fields. "Your father and the others are near the creek," she called over her shoulder. "And don't worry, your Mama is strong and healthy." "Oh, Aunt Inger," Kirsten said, "please go as fast as you can." Kirsten couldn't help but worry. She turned Blackie to guide him down the creek. Blackie couldn't gallop on this rocky path, but he trotted as if he knew they were on an important errand. Pine branches swished Kirsten's arms and shoulders. She ducked low along Blackie's warm back, riding the way the Indians rode their ponies. Then they were in the plowed fields and Kirsten saw Papa. "Papa, Mama wants you!" she yelled as she galloped across the field. "The baby's coming!" "Is it that much of a hurry?" he said. "Yes, you take the horse, Papa." Papa gave Kirsten's shoulder a squeeze. He said, "You're a good helper, Kirsten," as he hoisted himself up on the horse's back. Uncle Olaf called, "Good luck," as Papa took off for the cabin. Kirsten and Uncle Olaf followed on foot. "Let's run," Kirsten said. I want to help Mama too." "Walking will get us there fast enough, Kirsten," Uncle Olaf said kindly. "You're too young to be in the cabin anyway. Inger and your father will do what's needed for your Mama. You wait with Lisbeth and Anna at her house. There's plenty for you to do there." So Kirsten went back to the big house where Elizabeth heated soup and sliced bread and cheese for the noon meal. But how could Kirsten eat when Mama was having the baby? She picked at her food. Waiting was so hard. "We'd all better get on with what we have to do," Uncle Olaf said after he finished his soup. "Babies come when they're ready. We can't hurry this one by worrying." The afternoon crept along. Kirsten washed up the bowls and then fed the pigs and chickens. She was picking feathers from a wild turkey Lars had shot when she saw Aunt Inger in the doorway of the cabin. Aunt Inger waved her apron like a flag, and she was smiling. Kirsten and Peter leaped like jackrabbits across the pasture. As they came to the door of the cabin, Kirsten took Peter's hand. He was trembling like a newborn calf. "Is Mama all right?" he blurted before Aunt Inger had a chance to say a word. But Kirsten knew from Aunt Inger's smile that the news was good. "Come see for yourselves," Aunt Inger said and stood aside. Kirsten and Peter tiptoed into the cabin. The sunlight made a path across the floor to the big bed where Mama lay. She held out her hand to them. "Come see your little sister," she said. There in the wooden cradle lay a little bundle in a blanket. Kirsten bent down. She saw a tiny pink face under a wisp of hair like yellow duck down. "I thought baby would be bigger," Peter said softly. "Babies start out very small," Mama said, "but she's big enough." She reached up and ruffled his fair hair. Peter grinned. "She's big enough," he repeated. "Oh, Mama," Kirsten breathed. Suddenly, all the extra energy went out of her. She wished she could just curl up on the bed beside Mama and rest too. "Now there are 6 of us," Mama said. "More mouths to feed," Papa said. He was smiling his biggest smile. But all 6 of us are safe and well, thank the Lord."